What's happening, people? Welcome to the Straighjacket podcast 131. We're back, man. Another episode, people. We're keeping the content rolling, even in this madness of the Euros and the games, and you know what I mean. But we're here. We're putting the Straighjacket podcast in. Obviously, man, with the main guy,
yes,
Mr.
bro.
Structure. Well, it's God now. You know what I mean? It's just a bit.
This morning, man, I was awake early. I was out and about.
Yeah.
And I caught a bit of the sun this morning, to be fair.
Yeah, a little bit of the sun. It's a bit humid, but you know, when it gets humid in Manchester, though, it's a bit like sticky. It's like you don't feel right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, the sun's gone. But again, listen, it'll probably come back soon. Maybe in July we'll get a bit giddy and whatnot. But yeah, man, we're making the Euros again. Then obviously we left it last week, but Monday, but we're back again. Games are ticking up right now, but Turkey, man, they let me down, man. You know what I mean? I wanted to, you know, man. I love my Turks, man. You know what I mean? They're good people.
Hospitality second to none.
Hospitality second to none. You know what I mean?
When I've been to Turkey, it's amazing.
Yeah, man. And big up also, man. They always give like foreign aid to Somalia, so that's why for me, I've always like bigged up Turkey. But tell you what, mate, they have absolutely, you know.
My tweet said, "Welsh delight, Turkish stuffing."
Oh my God, man.
That's what it was tonight. And to be fair, you know what? We were on the stream on my channel the other night, United Real Therapy, and Irfan was saying they're terrible. And we were like, it's only one game, you can't judge them. He was right. Big up Irfan. Irfan Rainey. And basically, Turkey have been the biggest letdown so far.
Yeah, you know what,
tactically,
man?
you can see the tactics of their manager in it. It's about
shocking.
It's about manager and the tactics. Even though I thought second half they pushed and Wales were just counter-attacking them. But at the end, you can't start a game super defensive and then try to go all attacking. You can't do it. Only the top level teams can be able to change it. You just have the personnel to change it. But to me, they should have gone for it from the first minute. But it was it was the other way. It was Wales who went for it, and you gotta give credit to Wales, man. You know, a small nation.
Small nation.
Last time they knocked out, you know what I mean, with Hazard, with Lukaku.
They've got a balance, you know. They've got a balanced team. They've got runners. They've got, you know, hard-working players.
They've got
Alan.
two talented, though, to be fair. They've got two super I rate Alan, actually. Alan is a brilliant footballer. But they've got Ramsey and Bale, who have to. When you're in a team like Wales, your stars have to pull it out.
Ramsey, though, to be fair, in his whole career, I think he has lived up to his potential.
Yes.
I was so gutted when he rejected United, you know what I mean? Because I thought, what a player that could have been to kind of replace like Carrick and all them players, you know.
To me, only if he rejected us for Barca, Real Madrid, I understand. He rejected us to go to Arsenal.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing.
Arsenal are getting rejected left, right, centre. He would have fought all them years, man. You know what I mean? But so big up to Dan James. I know we talk about his kind of decision making, but you know what, man? He looks a different player for Wales.
He does.
On that left hand side,
he does.
That's where he's suited at. But again, Ollie, you know, just persist him on the right.
Yeah, and also you've got to let him. But it's difficult because international football. Teams,
it's slower.
It's slower, and also like. They don't give in any respect to him, so they're not thinking, you know what, we're gonna. But a United, when you play, every United player gets a respect where teams have to double up on you and stuff like that.
I know.
But he looks more confident, he looks more hungry with Wales because, like I said, it's the pride of wearing that shirt.
Like swearing at people and good old saying, "Come on, lad, have some of that."
You see that when he got subbed, not the game, was it the game against Finland?
Yeah,
he looked at the manager like me, and I'm like, yes. Dan James.
It's true because he's used to getting substitutions.
Yes,
Everyone said, Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't play him. And he's like, this is the only time I get a chance to come out of here, come to Wales, and you're taking me off.
And I'm the guy. I'm the guy to go to on the left-hand side. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So big up Daniel James and also Italy, man. Look,
I said it. I told. When was it? Was it on the podcast?
Yeah, it was on the podcast. Yeah.
You know, back in the day when it's United Central, I did say that Locatelli was a baller. Now it seems like he must have been sold to Sassuolo.
Yeah.
And now apparently British clubs are bidding for him as well. That's according to Romano.
Anyway. Apparently want him strongly. Allegri wants him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he could be a player that could be at United. 40 million release clause only.
I mentioned it, bro. I mentioned that a long time ago when people were like, "Who do you want to get? There's no midfielders out there." People were like, "There's no midfielders. What midfield?" I'm like, I'll do research.
And people told me yesterday, people are going at me saying, "He's not a DM. He can't play that role." Well, we haven't got DM anyway. We got McTominay and Freddie are playing DM anyway. So maybe, guys, we need to think outside the box and think, you know what? For me, when I looked at him in this tournament, he's playing different positions.
Of course.
Sometimes he's on the right, sometimes he's attacking forward, sometimes he's sitting.
Saeed.
He started the move as well yesterday.
Saeed,
the goal.
Listen, I told you, like, there are too many times people get too obsessed with certain, like, sitters, right? As a team, you have to be able to be in shape to be able to defend. But the biggest thing for me of your midfielders is that can they tackle? He can tackle. Honestly, you can go on YouTube, just put Locatelli's tackling, and you'll see, right? You'll see what he does defensively, where he plays for his team.
Sassuolo,
right? But the biggest thing for me is that he can pass better than Fred and McTominay put together.
Yeah.
He can then also break in. There's gonna be. People think this CDM thing, it started with Makalele. Makalele was the first person, specialised footballer. And also Dunga, actually. Dunga and Mario Silva. I think Mario Silva, 94 World Cup. Where basically you had two players who held, because Brazilian fullbacks like Leonardo and Cafu went up the pitch and attacked, right? So you had Leonardo on the left and Cafu on the right. They both went and bumped forward, right? And attacked. And the two holding midfielders, I mean, Dunga and Mario, ballers on the ball, can find a pass all day, pass forward, but they were good defensively, right?
Yep.
So Makalele was the first guy you saw, a specialised guy at Real Madrid. You know, a specialised kind of guy who can sit there. I mean, Paul Instincts did exactly the same. Roy Keane was exactly the same. Well,
Roy Keane is free to jump.
Yeah. Listen,
he pushed forward, he sat back, you know.
Trap players.
Yeah.
Paulins did exactly the same. Paulins was immense. People now disparage Paulins because he went to Liverpool. Well, Man United got rid of Paulins. People forget that. Man United got rid of Paulins. Paulins was an incredible energy player. Can defend, can hustle, can win the ball back, can drive the team forward, can score goals. And he didn't want to go, but did you hear the story?
What?
Paulins didn't want to go. This is just sidestep. Paulins didn't want to go. Fergie was like, we've accepted the money from Real Madrid, from Inter Milan.
Yeah.
And Nicky Butt was coming through in it. So they were like, you know what, we got money. And they actually United used the money from Paulins to do the training ground, to build the training ground.
Oh, the cliff.
Yeah, the cliff, right?
Yeah.
So that's what the transfer money they got for him was about 12 million. So I think it might have been 13 million, whatever it was. They used that money to build the cliff, right? And it was super surreal. Fergie then double guessed. You know what? Fergie was like, "Oh, damn, I made a mistake." As Inter Milan are in Paul Ince's room, like Paul Ince's living room, negotiating a deal with him. Yeah. Fergie rings him. Yeah. And says, "Paul, I think we made a mistake. We want you back." And Paul was like, "Listen, you've already kind of like said I've already set my
president,
no, I've already set my sights on going to Inter Milan. I'm here talking to them. They're going to give me this amount of money. I'm going to go and live in Italy. So I'm not going back. You didn't want me then. You accepted a bid, and now you'll try to say, have you made a mistake? Yeah. But Man United didn't put clause in Paul Ince to say that, okay, if you leave Inter Milan, you can come back to United. They didn't. And that's why he went to Liverpool. Liverpool were like, yeah, we'll take you. We'll take you. Know what I mean? And we'll pay you these wages. And now some United fans would say, oh, but how can he never? He never went directly from Man United to Liverpool. United got rid of him and sold him. And then you're asking him to be loyal to United.
Nah, no chance.
Like, are you kidding me? And then Liverpool, all the British teams that wanted him, Liverpool wanted him. So is he going to say no? No. Is he going to say, he's going to go, you know what, it's a bit of a professional pride. He's going to go, right, I'm going to Liverpool, I'll play there, and I'll show United. Yeah. What you missing? And United fans were giving him the most hustle, and he copped his ear at them because they were giving him so much abuse. I met Paul Ince loads of times, right? Loads of times when I used to be at Dortmund, right? And he's absolutely, genuinely down to earth. He's still a United fan because that's where he had his most success at. Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Of course. But anyway, so what I'm saying to you is that there are these types of midfielders, but really top midfielders. There are more attacking-minded midfielders, but there are midfielders who can do it all. That can do it. They can defend. Yeah. You know what I mean? That can be a sitting guy. Paul, do you think Paul Scholes was a sitter for Man United? Nah. Paul, but the biggest thing about Pirlo, they weren't the greatest tacklers, but you know what they were? They kept the ball, they dictated it. Mind. I think maybe United fans, maybe football fans in general, we need to get this mindset. It's because, you know what, it's the FIFA generation. I know it is, I know. FIFA. These people think they know about football because they played it on FIFA. And they think that they can, I'll get him sitting, I'll do. Yeah. No. Yeah. Real life football on FIFA. Step away from it. I know that internet and technology and online things are like this with real life now. They're all integrating because you have your real life, and then you have your online life. And now, the more the years go on, the more those things merge, right?
Of course.
And then you think what's real or what's online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So get it out of your heads, people. FIFA is a game. Football is real.
Yeah.
Right? On the pitch, players play. Is real,
and it's a 40 million. But the problem is, you said, Nuruddin, man, these kind of players, they don't leave Italy. You know what I mean? They're happy.
To me, he would leave Italy, but it's a package. It's the absolute package that you set them. Like I said, majority of some of the Italian players, like De Rossi was one of them. Man United were after De Rossi. What an absolute player. There's an aspect of him that reminds me of De Rossi. I look at him and Barella, and I think because Barella can play as well, but Barella's playing more on the right.
More on the right,
but more inside right, like in the midfield. But I look at him and think, you know what? There are certain players they're tied to their club. Like for example, I don't know who we supported as a kid. If he's a Milan fan or if he's a Juventus fan,
probably was.
Listen, then he will go to those clubs and he will want to stay there because they give you everything. You compete in the Champions League, you get trophy. Why would you want to leave unless you want to think, you know what? I want to experience playing something.
But also, why would you want to leave when you know Donny's come here? There's certain players have come to this football club and he's thinking, am I even going to get a chance here? Have I got the DNA? And that's the problem with Man United players.
You could clearly see McTominay getting picked more than
Locatelli. And that, for me, is the biggest problem. We need to sort out first. And when we look at what Man United need and their criteria, maybe the scouting system don't know that this is our brand of football. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe this not our kind of style of football. And thinking, you know what? Locatelli, he's all right. Yeah, he's doing all right. But again, we've got our players. And it's like, what we're trying to do. You know, apparently we've been linked now with Varane. Apparently today, we put in a 50 million bid for Rafael Varane. And guess what they've done, Nuruddin? Rejected.
So where was it officially?
This was reported by Samuel Lucas.
Okay, so for the Evening News. That used to be reputable newspaper back in the day.
Newspaper.
And now it's an absolute hogwash of a newspaper. So I listen, I don't believe Samuel Lucas. He's an absolute muppet. He's the guy, when Flex asked the question, was like, journalism. Like
from a supposed fan.
Yeah, he's an absolute muppet, mate. He's a muppet. So I don't believe anything
I know,
he says,
I know, but just say supposedly, you know, United have bid for Varane.
First of all, if you're bidding for a player of a club, the biggest thing you would do first is through players' representatives that the player's open to joining you. Yeah. You don't make a bid unless the player's open to joining you.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. But again, what am I United doing? They're just almost, maybe this is, you know what this is, Nuruddin? I've clocked on, mate. Maybe they're just trying to get attraction.
You know what? That sounds like Neil Ashton, mate.
I know it is. It probably is.
And you know what? We're going to go into that Neil Ashton's comment because some of them are hilarious.
Oh, some of them are hilarious.
And you know what? We'll also go into a little bit of Joe Glazer because you know what? Comedy FC Central, mate. Comedy FC. This is what it is. We are like just analysing social commentators about how much of a joke Man United are, people. Like, in terms of who runs us, who the people they've got in charge, and all of the people they've got, the cronies, the access journalists, the sonographers. That's what they are, sonographers. Sonographer is somebody who comes and literally, sonographers, journalists are out there. They basically, no. You basically just print it out, your press release, and give it to them and they just put in the article. That's what they are. That's what. Look at my definition.
I thought it would be one of the people that just say, you know what, we'll get that news that's related to Man United and just put it in there.
No, they're literally, sonographers are. Man United would have their cronies in the press. The BBC guy's one of them. Samuel Rockes is one of them, right?
Yeah.
They would have, and they're not really.
They're not United fans as well. They're just, you know.
They're not even, I don't care if it's United fans because they're just there protecting the status quo, how it is, where is that, right? They're gonna be. Neil Ashton has all these contacts. The reason why do you think Man United hired Neil Ashton? Neil Ashton is a guy, so people at Fleet Street were basically where all of the big newspapers, the rags, the tabloid newspapers, where he's a guy who worked for the Sun, he's worked for the different newspapers.
Still the Sun now.
Yeah, he works for different newspapers, and he was a guy who had a television on Sky, right? He had a television show on Sky
Supplement.
called the Press, the Sunday Supplement, Sunday Supplement, because all of his friends who are in the media, and then can you imagine one day Edward was watching that and Glazer is like, oh, you know what? Actually, other than me getting a director of football, other than me getting a head of recruitment,
he's a perfect man.
I need somebody to tell lies. I need somebody to uphold these lies that I know anything about football. So I'll get you to protect me, and that's what we have. So Comedy Central. The idea, that's what I say. It's so funny. When other fans try to banter me.
Yeah.
You know what? I just laugh at them. I'm like, listen, I know everything there is to know about Man United, how we're run, our structure, how much of a laughing stock we are, right?
Yeah.
So how could you try to take the piss out of us what we already know? It's like,
you know what it is though. You know when you look at the Varane signing, that you just said it now, they probably made a bid, but not even spoke to the representatives or anything. No, they probably just said, you know what, we'll make a bid. But do you just think it's all for traction?
I don't think so.
Social media.
So I think it would have come out. I think Romano. To me, I trust Romano because he has a reputation. He's built. He's built a credibility,
especially over the lockdown period.
Yeah, and Romano would have said, that is what's happening, and to me, that's why you never hear him, you never see me like
excited.
Anytime get giddy. I don't get giddy because I know Man United. Listen, Man United went and sent people to go and sign Herrera, carrying money in a suitcase, and people are like, oh no, Man United got so exposed so badly. They said, oh, those two were impersonating us. They were impersonating Man United. No, they weren't. That was real. That was Matt Judge. And bankers who know nothing about football, and it was embarrassing. And then what? 6 months or a year later, they
failed at one point. They failed. The first attempt. They failed.
Saeed, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah, they turned up with money.
They turned up with money.
I know.
That's what I'm trying to say, though. Somebody thought it was some sort of TV prank.
I know. I remember they were all suited up. Yeah, they were all blacked up, and they came to this little, this placement. And honestly, man, at that time, I'm just glad social media wasn't really kind of, it was just almost developing.
It's absolutely pathetic, embarrassing.
But when you look at it, though,
and they try to deny it. They try to deny it and go, oh, it's not us. It's got nothing to do. Let me tell you something.
But it probably was.
Listen, Richard Arnold is a guy who might negotiate business contract banking details, but football negotiation is totally different.
Oh, of course.
How he thinks he can be like he is in the financial world, right?
Yeah.
To be a negotiator, and how he thinks that is going to happen is footballing people do the negotiating because they know what they're dealing with, the player, who they're dealing with, and how you approach. You don't bring. That's why. It's like in banking, majority of times you promote within, you don't get other people, you don't hunt that much, you promote within, from within. Yeah. From within. And that's what Man United are. Boys, I coined it. Boys for the Jobs Business.
Yeah.
And I'll be doing a podcast on my channel called Boys for the Jobs Business, looking at how this is this is almost, you said to me the other day about, it's Mata. I love Mata, like I said, I have a relationship with Mata. But Mata now is going to go into be part of the club. Like, why do we need Mata when we could
What does he know about?
Mata, he's been a professional footballer. He knows about culture and art.
Yeah, of course.
He knows about those things.
Yeah, come down to the home cinema all you like. Honestly though,
what does he know about players? Like, player contracts?
Maybe you see some videos of the United DNA in the home cinema.
Yo, we want to see this.
Honestly, man.
All you need to know is watch the documentary about Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
And watch that.
I've still not watched that, by the way.
And you have to. Hey, listen, we're gonna have to do a podcast about it. You should all watch it. I think, and we should do a podcast about it.
Yeah.
To really think what you got out of it. Because it's super surreal.
100%.
But for me, I look at Man United, I think there is no most journalists there are sometimes certain journalists, right, tell the truth.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
We've got to let the fans know.
Yeah.
Man United in transfers
journalist
are a laughing stock. We are a joke. It doesn't take an absolute genius to work out we're a laughing stock, right? And there's a journalist, a French journalist, he works for ESPN. He comes out and says, everybody knows Man United don't have a clue what the transfer.
I know.
Ed Woodward sacked one of our top scouts who scouted Blind and a midfielder who plays for Barcelona, the Dutch guy.
De Jong.
And some of these players, he scouted them and they were like, he said to them, nah, see you later.
Yeah.
Got rid of them. So we have to think about it. We have to think about Man United. To me, linking us with Varane is the way going. We've tried. That's why they have a list.
Man,
they have a list and they know they're not going to get this player on this top list, right? But they're going to get clicks.
I know.
Officially, all of you, right, just for a laugh, go to the Manchester United website. You see transfer. They've got a Varane. I think
I got one this morning.
I bet Varane is the top story today. I put one of the two top stories.
No, tomorrow morning you'll see on my thing. United linked with Varane. And you know what it is, yeah? I think they're playing us again, you know, because of the day, yeah? It happened with Ramos. And by the way, Ramos is gone, but I doubt he'll ever, for me, be at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? He's not coming to our club, mate. You know what I mean? Imagine him telling Ollie, you know, Ollie's telling him, you got to track back, you got to watch out for McTominay. McTominay, you got to support him. Listen, he tells him, listen, get out of my way, mate. You know what I mean? Let's be real here. But when I look at this, yeah...
His legs are gone and he can't stay fit.
I think I'd take him for a year. Look at Thiago Silva.
Saeed, this is the difference between me and you, see, right?
Yeah.
Like, I said it for a joke. I did say Man United is a retirement home, innit? Simmer Frame FC, innit?
Yeah, of course.
I called it Simmer Frame MC, you know. But those of you who don't know, Simmer Frames are, it's like something that aids elderly people to walk, you know, when they can't really walk. Saeed, we're talking about Koulibaly or Ramos. In Man United, like, I can accept Koulibaly because I think he's 30, yeah?
Yeah, he's approaching 30.
So he's got 3 years, 4 years. I can understand that's a project I can get behind, right? But Ramos, especially in the Premier League, which is all about pace and speed, his legs are gone in Spain. How do you think his legs are gonna be like in the? Now he might surprise me. He might shock me. He might. But that's a huge.
Thiago Silva surprised me.
Listen to me. But how long has he been fit? Thiago Silva. This is you know. How much has he fit? You know, Christiansen stepping in and on and playing.
And they play the back three as well.
Yeah. So you're playing the back three. You have to protect him. You have to protect him.
But why have they bid it?
So yeah, it's to me. I actually think it's a smokescreen because they have to be seen to be bidding for VARANE. Because if it was a real club, they would not be getting that. Nobody would know about that.
No,
they would sort it all out. They would talk to Real Madrid and go, right, Real Madrid. So the bid that won't be rejected, they would talk to Real Madrid. And they'll be serious about it.
He's got 1 year contract, and they're probably going to again be priced out of playing 80 million. Again, Man United structure. When I look at you, listen, I want VARANE. But again, it's almost as if Man United are always desperate. And they come to a club thinking, come on, man, I need a bit more, you know, help us out here. We're always like begging for signings, like, you know, it's never ever planned. If this VARANE was, how many years has VARANE been looking to leave? At least 2 or 3 years now. VARANE has said, you know what, I think I need a new challenge or whatnot. Again, time after time, we could have put a bid in. 1 year left of this contract, and Man United, I've been told, I suppose they're rejected. 50 million for VARANE on a 1 year contract left.
Honestly, I don't need to be cynical, but I don't believe that story. But I think the story is that Man United need to be seen to be going for these big players.
It's all attraction, isn't it? It's all that kind of, you know, it's the clicks, it's the likes. Clickbait FC, you know what I mean? And then again...
It's traffic, it's online traffic, mate. It makes money.
Exactly. And then again, yesterday, you know what I mean? Atletico Madrid and Simeone rejected 43. They want 43. Today, I checked it honestly. On the Sky Sports News today, they want 43 million for a second choice. For our second choice right back. Seriously, honestly, Nuruddin, it's laughable. It is laughable. Because when I look at it, I think, how have you got into this situation, yeah? I know, on this note, you know, Tom Heaton has signed a pre-contract with Man United till 2023.
Yo, listen, big up Tom Heaton, man.
Oh, Tom Heaton, man, honestly.
It's no disrespect to Tom Heaton, but basically, what's his name? The guy who was a Stoke goalkeeper is now going to be a goalkeeping coach, isn't he? He's holding the ball, innit? He's
holding the ball, bloody hell,
he holds the ball, but all he doesn't even make that substitution, so they have to give him a job, innit? So he's getting a league grant, that's a league grant.
League grant, yeah.
So now we've got Tom Heaton, and Tom Heaton's like, I'm going to be fighting for my place, you know what I mean? So
we're giving players like, you know, it's almost as if
Matic might be getting a new contract, Mata, league grant. And who else?
We are sentiment FC.
Jones, man.
Yeah.
Well, Jones.
You know when Man look at the list, yeah, they probably just look around and say, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, we won't give one of our youth players a chance." You know what I mean? By the way, shout out to the youth players. You know what I mean? Whenever you're gonna give them a chance now, I know, Thingy, you come through the right, but Dean Anderson's learning his trade at Sheffield United. But when you look at it, you bring in Tom Heaton. I know. Listen, he could do a job, but again, everything is based on sentiment. Yes, Man United spending
get the boys back together. Get the boy. It's like getting a band together. It's like
literally.
It's like a 10-piece band, innit? Getting everybody back together.
Because Tom Heaton's back in the day, he was probably here when Solskjaer was here.
Yes, that's it. No, just after Solskjaer left, I think.
But he must have been training with the reserves.
Yeah. He must have been. He was a youth player. But listen, it goes based. This is simple. It's called Glazonomics. Glazonomics says, I would rather retain cheap players with wages then go and get the best. So Man United, if they were ever serious, they would go and get a recruitment head of recruitment. They would get director of football. They would put proper structure in place. And like, when have you ever see Man City getting messed about in the transfer?
Never.
Why?
Never.
Because they've got two guys, head of recruitment and a director of football. Then they got a chairman. They all work together. They do their business silently behind closed doors. You only hear about them when the player's about to sign.
Of course.
That's when you hear about it. So at the end of the day, all of this, don't please. This is all like smoke and mirrors. It's all like a dance. It's like twerking.
Honestly.
Man United are twerking, right? But everybody knows Man United, there is no substance to it. And we get ripped off because they're all about want to get players for social media traction. That's why we probably will sign, most likely. We will sign Sancho. And because Pogba's gonna head out. And we need another guy who's big on social media. So where advertisers can basically have. But anyway, so let's go into the listen. So I wanted to go into, I know that you did a video reaction to it, but I wanted to go into 3 months of next season, especially in terms of fixtures.
Listen, you tweeted it, but bloody hell, mate. Have we even got a chance next year, mate? If we don't even, go into the next season, mate, I think good night Vienna for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When you look at it though, here, when you look at the fixtures here, in October, this is between, by the way, in between the Champions League fixtures, you've got Everton at home. Always rarely do well against these lot, you know what I mean? It's always a tough game out there. I think the last 2 seasons now we're drawn and we've drawn again, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've not beaten them in a while. Everton, Leicester away, Liverpool at home, Tottenham away. Then we've got Man City at home.
This is November. So that's November. That's October. This is November.
Yeah, and this is November now. Man City at home, Watford away. We've got Chelsea away and Arsenal at home.
And I'll have a look at March.
March, Man City away, Tottenham at home and Liverpool away, man. You know what the weird thing is?
To me, November and October will let us know a lot.
Yeah.
November and October and November.
Could be out of Champions League.
Yeah, October
could be fighting on Champions League.
Right.
And you
to
could
me,
be there.
they let us know. And the way Ollie thinks that he's going to be able to play the 11 that he played last season and the 11 he played since the restart.
No chance.
There is absolutely no in hell chance. Because the players are going to be burnt out because they're still going to be feeling the effects of this truncated season that has been this and the restart. So the idea that Man United need a squad. They need 4 players. We all know 4 players that go into the first team.
Are you kidding me?
4 players that go into the first team.
What Trippier? What Trippier is going to do? No. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Saeed is not.
We're hearing Donny van der Beek has been approached by Barcelona now. You got Martial.
I wish him all a lot. I wish him.
Martial probably possibly leaving to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I wish him luck as well.
You're talking about a squad here. That's
Saeed, I wish him all
What squad is there?
So somebody DM'd me the other day and were like, no, why are you Mr. Negative? They're like, negative. I'm like, I'm not being negative. I'm just trying to educate some of you and give you an insight into the realization of a sham of a structure that Man United is. Right? That's why we're the laughing stock. That's why Real Madrid supposedly could say, a guy's got 1 year left in his contract, 80 million. No, that is laughable. Absolutely laughable and it's a joke.
And then you got Neil Ashton, you know what I mean?
So let's go into that.
Oh my God, man. I'll try and get the comments here, but Neil Ashton has spoken and he's saying... he's trying to say things. You know what I mean?
Can you explain who Neil? Let's have a look at his Wikipedia. Who's Neil Ashton?
Neil Ashton apparently is meant to be. That's a different Neil Ashton.
Yeah. That's journalist. Let's put Neil Ashton journalist. Yeah.
Neil Ashton. 1 second, people.
Let's put journalist.
So Neil Ashton, I don't know why he hasn't even got a thingy. Look what they're trying to do on there. They've tried to put him as an English footballer. Look.
Well, it might be, but last read anyway. Last read what it says in his wiki. What does it say in his wiki?
Oh my God!
This says Neil Ashton is a semi-professional footballer.
It says semi-professional footballer.
No, he's not. He's not a semi-professional footballer. He's a journalist. For
oh
the Sun,
my
right?
God!
And Neil Ashton was a good spin doctor. So basically, he does PR. That's what he's good at, right? He was a Fleet Street guy, I explained it before. But he's now coming out on behalf of Man United and making quotes about left and centre about who Man United are when he doesn't know nothing about football. Absolutely nothing. As a chairman, as a CEO, you would speak. As a manager, you would speak. Directors of footballers speak. Chairmans of clubs speak. But why is a journalist... A guy who's a journalist, who's a spin doctor, right? If you know what a spin doctor is, or PR guy speaking on behalf. We are PRFC. So have you got any of his?
No, I can't find it on there now. But yesterday people brought it up. But mainly, what he was saying that is Man United are on the right track, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserves to get what he gets. Basically, that's what the basis of it was.
Let me see if I can find it.
So basically, the basis of it was that Neil Ashton apparently. You know what I mean? He's saying that we're on the right track. And apparently Mourinho was the toxic one. And he made the toxic atmosphere even worse. So these are the kind of things that we're getting lied to again. You know what I mean? And then apparently Avram Glazer... You see what he said as well, by the way, after Glazer? He goes... Someone asked him about the increase in dividends. And he goes, well, it's the sustainable way to run the football club. Are you crazy? By taking money out of the football club? Where's the investment? Oh, wait. The investment's gone into spraying the bloody thing. Did you see that, by the way? Man United apparently are spraying the roof. They're spraying the roof.
Give me that quote, a one's over.
The one's over.
Structural damage. They don't have anything about structural damage of the stadium. The parts of the stadium is rotting away, but they want to put a little coat. That is just typifies everything Man United are, and Man United ownership, Man United football structure, Man United as a football club.
Oh my God.
Dividends FC.
Dividend FC, you know what I mean? Apparently they're supposed to be speaking today, Avram Glazer, and they're supposed to be talking about, you know, how they can move forward and give their actual transfer strategy. But I just don't see it already. I don't know what this football club are trying to do, because in the day, I've not heard anything about Sancho, by the way. Sancho deal's gone flat. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's not been any words. Apparently United are haggling over 11 million.
So it's a joke. This is a joke. But listen, I can't find the Neil Ashton quotes, but he basically was coming.
He probably took them off online. That's why. This is what they do. They take him offline. They come in, and then they take him offline. But so at the end of the day, people, what we're getting told to is a lot of lies at the minute. And I think Man United at the minute, I just don't know what they're doing. They don't know what their plan is. They don't know what strategy they're going to. And ultimately, they're fooling us. You know what I mean? I don't know what you've got there, but...
I've just got to go to Joe Glazer. So Joe Glazer apparently spoke recently, and he said, so this is, I quote, Joe Glazer. I love Manchester United because of the passion, the excitement, the togetherness, the emotion, everything that it brings out. There is, what did he say? What did he say? There is nothing else that does it.
Oh my God.
And all I put is, if you follow me on Twitter, Mr. Structure, that guy Red Devil. If you follow me on Twitter, I just put underneath, like, I put that, you know, that gift where Charlie Murphy is looking at something like that, listening, and then laughing at them. That's all I did, because it's an absolute comedy. We are a comedy. We are an absolute comedy. And then he has a little bit of pop of Gary Neville. So here we go. I'll continue what he says. Right? He said there are two ways to look at it. You can shut the person out because they're not saying something nice about you, or ignore it, or you can pause and can listen. So this is about him trying to listen to Gary Neville. He says, I know Gary Neville has been, to say the least, pretty hard on us, and it's okay. Everybody has their views. Listen, God, we've been saying this. Listen, Man United, it wasn't for Gary Neville to tell us everything, right? Man United fans, ordinary Man United fans, 10,000 of them went and set up a football club called FC United, right? From the day the Glazers stepped in. Families were divided. Like, I'm telling you, households, brothers who lived like, no, I can never go to that stadium anymore because those vultures, this only going to go one way with these vultures. They went and started. Friendships, it ruined friendships, it ruined family. That's what it did, because people could see who these vultures are for what they are. They don't care about Man United, and there it is. But like I said, people, dividends, money can make the most sanest person say the strangest of things. Facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely. For me, I just don't know how Man United now I don't know what the kind of plan is, and I think it's just going to be the similar pattern throughout the whole summer. So maybe you got to tell the audience just to buckle up. You know what I mean? Varane deal, 1 year contract, you know what I mean? 1 year left, and they're saying to us 80 million. Again, we're becoming like, you know, we're actually getting bullied now. You know what I mean? We're becoming victim FC now.
Saeed, Neil Ashton's coming out yesterday, and then all of a sudden, Man United make a bid for Varane today through a Samuel Lockhurst. What an absolute money. The muppet that was so disparaging and so, I mean, you know, we all know why he was having a go at Flex. You know what I mean? Now, the guy who's, shout out Flex, by the way.
Yeah.
Freedom! Shout out Flex,
it, man.
Yo, shout out Flex,
yeah,
man.
Big up, man.
We support you in your freedom quest, bro. Be free, bro. Be free.
That's it.
I bet it feels good to be free, bro. But anyway, he's the guy that's coming out as a supporter, asking a question, like going, "You're not a journalist.
I know.
You're not." Listen, Flex will know more about United than you would ever have a clue about, you muppet.
And he's not in it as well.
And he has,
you know what I mean, just to kind of get clicks and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, when you got to look at this, that Samuel Lucas, man, he had no clue. He's come here, he wants to torment, and then next week, you know, he wants that big position where he can get the last word out of United. But
so it's a joke. Listen, it's a joke. The biggest thing I would say is that to the Ollie outlet, right? You've seen the fixtures in October, November. If Ollie by March, if you know, start of the year,
you always say that Ollie will get himself sacked.
I always said it. The reason, and it's not only me to be Ollie out, because the remit of Manchester United is 4th place. It has been for the last 9 years. 9 years since Fergie left, it's been 4th. 4th is the thing, and that's when I said to Saeed years ago that we are the new Arsenal, because the trophy is top 4. Because that's what dividends is. Advertisers still want to advertise with Man United. Sponsorships, we can go and get more sponsorships if we're 4th. Because we're playing in the Champions League. Hence why the Glazers wanted to manufacture this Super League with the likes of the Kroenkes and Real Madrid. Because they don't want instability. They don't want to be losing sponsorships when they're out of the Champions League. This is who we are, people. This is what Manchester United. We're no longer a football club. I have zero expectations. I don't have the expectations. And that's why, for me, my war and my feelings is never with... It was with Jose. It was with Moyes. It was with Van Gaal. But I had to think, it can't be all of them. They can't all be terrible. What is it? And I opened my eyes and I done my research and I found out who runs Man United. 3 bankers from Bristol University, and still the club won't come out and tell us who's going to replace Ed Woodward. But we all know his name is Richard Arnold, fellow graduate of Bristol University.
Pally, man, makes FC.
Glazonomics.
Yeah.
Always, this is jobs for the boys, business FC, mate. That's what we are, really. Man United should be called jobs
for the boys.
For the boys. Business
FC. Nuruddin, it's been a pleasure. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Podcast 131. If you haven't liked the video already, please smash that like button right now and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're growing every day. We passed 32,000. Now we are reaching ever closely to 40,000 subscribers. Also, I want to give a quick mention to my clothing line. Make sure you pre-order your t-shirts and your caps. I'm going to get one to Nuruddin. I'm going to get to everyone involved. Make sure you pre-order them. Link is in the description. Go follow the Instagram page and make sure you guys de-order the merch. But also, Nuruddin, want to shout out anything you're doing up, what you're getting up to, man?
Yeah. So me and you are gonna go. We're gonna go live right now. By this time, I don't know when you putting this up.
I'll put this out tonight.
Yeah, you can still talk.
But anyway, we'll go check it again. Check out.
Yeah. Check out. But we're gonna be on United Real Therapy. We're gonna do a quick podcast, just talking about the similar things we talked about.
Yeah.
Try to find in the statements, because to go into a bit more about the Glazer, and you were telling me Avram Glazer was supposed to speak today.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about similar things, about covering that, but also a bit about the Euros as well.
Yeah, a bit about the Euros. So make sure
United Real Therapy, people.
Yeah.
We're this close to 2,000.
Yeah.
I don't know if we passed it yet or we.
Yeah.
I mean,
make sure you go check it out. The link will be in the hyperlink. So all you got to do is hit that hyperlink and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I just want to finish up on an important message. Solidarity with the people of the women of Kenya. I don't know if you know, Nuruddin, but there's been a lot of kidnappings in Kenya. You know, so solidarity to the people
man.
of
To
Kenya.
our East African people,
Yeah.
man. You know, absolute love to our East African people. Solidarity with the Palestinian people, still getting bombed, still getting terrorized in the neighborhoods, getting their homes stolen by settler colonialists.
Yeah.
You know what? So solidarity with everybody, man. Everybody. And you know what? It is. This is really. It's been the still we're feeling the effects, and we've not even touched on it, but we'll touch on it more on United Real Therapy. But mental health is really important as well.
Absolutely.
I put a tweet out yesterday about the importance of, you know, like suicide prevention and numbers out there. If you're feeling well, speak to people. You know what I mean? So solidarity with everybody who's suffering, whether it is women in East Africa,
absolutely.
Palestinians getting bombed, right?
Yeah.
Or people who are struggling with just the day-to-day and their mental health. Solidarity and love, compassion, always. Always, people.
Absolutely.
Peace.
But people, like the video, subscribe to Sai TV, subscribe to Real United Therapy. I will be back again, no doubt, talking about the mess at my United Football Club. But guys, see you later, take care, and peace.